Alright guys, so we're gonna start the main intro of the song with the main riff. And with the main riff, we're gonna be doing the next. We're gonna start doing that. So it's in part something that we're gonna repeat a few times during the song, along the song, and then we're gonna start using the open D string. All right, so it's open string. We strike one time, just one time, and then we strike one more time, and everything we're gonna do palm muting. So we strike twice, and then we go to the first fret of the D string. We strike one time. We do a bend. It's a tiny bend. A release. And then we strike the open string again. Let's go again. And we just repeat the same motion again with the first bar. We're gonna do it twice. Open string, first, bend, release, and open string. Let me show you. And then in the second bar, we're gonna do the same thing. Third bar, and the last bar we're gonna start and do half of that section, and we're gonna do something like that. We're gonna slide to the 9th position of the D string. We go back, and then we just move to the 16 of the D string. Something like that. You can have fun with that. So let's go with the main part. Remember, the first bar we start with an open string, and then we do the riffs. All right. Second bar, third. All right, and then the next part comes in, and it's something similar of what we are doing. So we start again. All right, so we start the same way, open string again, and we go to the first fret of the D string, tiny bend, release, and we strike open string. And the next part is going to be open string again, and we go to this power chord. It's going to be 3 of the 5th and 5 of the 4th string, the G and the C. Next section, it's the same idea. We start the same way, but the only thing is that we change chords. We change power chords. It's going to be first of the 5th and 3rd of the 4th, G and C. The next section, same idea. Start with the same riff. And we do that. We do a bar on the first fret of the 5th and the 4th. And the next part, we're gonna change something. We're gonna do that. So we start with the open D string. We strike it 3 times. All right, doing palm muting 3 times. Then we go to first and third of the D and the G. And as soon as we do that, we're gonna repeat always the same motion. Open string 1 time, then we move to 3 and 5. Open string again, and we move 1 position to 4 and 6. We strike again, open D string, and we go back to 3 and 5. And to finish, we strike the D string again with palm muting, and we finish on 1 and 3. Let's go again. Notice that I'm doing palm muting and a little bit faster. And that's the first round. There's going to be 2 rounds of this thing. So the first round, it's that one. On the second one, we're going to do something similar. We start So far, it's the same idea. And then we finish with the same lick, but the difference is that we do it twice. All right? There's no change there. It's just we repeat it twice. And that's it with the intro. The next part is going to be the first verse. Alright guys, so with the first verse, there's going to be 2 rounds of 4 bars each. And with the first the first round and the second round, we just repeat the same section. Now, the first 3 bars, we're gonna repeat the main lick, the main riff of the song. All right, so we do the same thing we did before, on 3 rounds, 3 bars, 1 bar. 2 bars, 3 bars, and on the 4th we're gonna change something. We start the same way. All right, open, first, bend, release. Open, and to finish, we do that. We strike the open D string. We do a bar on the 5th, on the G string and the C string, both at the same time, and then we strike again both at the same time. It's gonna be open. All right, open G and open C, and then we go back again to first and first of the G and the C. Let's go again, from the first bar to the 4th bar. All right, and we just repeat the same section to finish the first verse, and then the chorus starts. Right, so we're gonna take a look at the chorus, and with the chorus we're gonna do something new. We're gonna start with the open G and open C string both at the same time. Both at the same time, and then we do that. We go to the 1st fret of the G and 3rd fret of the C string, the 5th and the 4th, and then we just move 1 position to the 2nd and the 4th. And now what we're going to do, we're going to strike 1 time with the open D string, and the next time is going to be repeating the main lick. Alright, and we do it several times. Let me show you. So we're going to repeat this section twice. Alright, and then we're going to change it, and we're going to do the following. Alright, so we start the same way with the open G and open C string, both at the same time. We go again to the 1st and 3rd of the G and the C, and now we change something. We go to the 3rd position of the D string and the G string, 3 and 5, and then we just move down just 1 position to the 2nd and 4th, and we finish on the 1st and 3. Alright, let's go again. And now to finish with the chorus, we're gonna repeat in part what we did before. We start. We already did this, so we do 1 round of this, and the second round we start the same way, and we're gonna repeat the last one twice. All right, and then the second the second verse starts. All right, so we're gonna take a look at the second verse, and it's just like the first verse. We just repeat that, but we're gonna play something else before that. We're gonna repeat what we did before. Alright, we already did this with the intro, so we start with that section, just 1 round, and then we go to the same thing with the first verse. Remember? All right. So we do 2 rounds of that, and then the second chorus starts. And with the chorus number 2, we pretty much repeat what we did with the first, but we're gonna change something before we start with the solo. All right. So like I told before, the second chorus is just we repeat sections. The only difference is that we're gonna play some sections. We're gonna play it more times. So let me show you what we're gonna play more times. First, we start the same way. All right, we do that just like the first chorus, and we repeat it twice, just like the first chorus. We follow it the same way. All right, that part, it's exactly, it's a carbon copy. And the next section, it's the same than before, but the only difference is that we're gonna repeat it 3 times. So we're gonna do 4 rounds. The first 3 we're gonna be doing. All right, that's just 1 round. The second round, we repeat this. The third round, we repeat it too, all right? And the fourth round, we start the same way. And the next section, we're gonna repeat 4 times instead of 2, all right? On the first chorus, we did it twice, but now we're gonna do 4 times before we start with the solo. And then the solo starts. Alright guys, so let's start with the solo, and we're gonna go to 14 and 15. 14 of the F, which is the third, and the A, and it's gonna be the second. So we strike both at the same time, and we're gonna do a bend on the 14, and then we just do the release. Notice I'm striking both strings, doing the bend only on the third string, and then the release, alright? As soon as we do the release on the 15 of the second string, we do a bend and then a vibrato, alright? The bend is like going to 17. And the next movement is gonna be, we're gonna do something like that. It's gonna be 12 of the second string, and now we're gonna go to 15 of the third, and back to 12 of the second string. Alright? As soon as we do that, we go to the third string, which is the F in this tuning, and we do 15, pull off to 14, 14, pull off to 12. As soon as we do that, we do a hammer on from 12 to 14 and back from 14 to 15. As soon as we do that, we go to 12 of the the D string, and now notice that when I'm finishing on the 15 of the third, I'm already positioned to go to the 12. If we are like this, it's going to take a lot of time to do this, and we're not going to be in time. All right, we're going to be late. So as soon as you're finishing the pull off, remember to be on this position on the 12, because we're going to do 12 of the E string, and then on the B string, on the A, the first 12 of the first, and 15 on the second string, and we do 15 pull off to 12. As soon as we do that, we're gonna repeat the same idea and go to 15 of the third string, pull off to 14, 14 to 12, hammer on back to 14, and 14 to 15. It's the same thing we did before. And as soon as we do that, we do one more time the 12 on the first string, and then on the second, 15, pull off to 12. And then to finish, we do 15 on the third string, pull off to 14, and 14 pull off to the 12. And we can finish there. There's no, again, hammer on to 14 and back to 15 like we did before. We just do the pull off and we end there. Let's go one more time. That's the motion. As soon as we end on the we finish on the 12th of the 3rd string, we go to 14 of the E, and we do a tiny bend. All right, and we do a little bit of vibrato. All right, and then the next section comes in. All right, so the next section, we start doing that. We go to the 12th of the D string, which is the first 12, 14, then 15 of the B string. And now we go back again to 12, and we go now on to the 16th position of the D string. And as soon as we do that, we go to 15 of the 12th. I'm sorry, 15 of the 2nd string, the A string, and then back to 12 of the 1st, and we finish again on the 15 of the 2nd string, doing a bend. Let's go again. Let's go again. All right. And the next movement, it's a quick movement, and we're gonna start doing the following. We start doing that. So we go to the 12th of the 1st string, the D string. We strike it, do a hammer on to the 16, and a pull off back to 12. As soon as we do that, we go to 15 of the B string, and we can have a repeat the same motion twice. We go back again to 12 of the 1st string, and now we strike 12, hammer on to 16, pull off back to 12, and now again hammer on to 16 and pull off back to 12. So we repeat it twice. Let's go again from the start. Right? And now let's go from the beginning, not the start. Sorry for my English. It's a kind of crappy English, but well, it did the trick. So we go again to 15 of the B string. I'm sorry, the A string is the 2nd string, and then back to 12 of the E string. Let's go again. Next movement is going to be the main idea, the same idea. 15 on the B string, which is the A string, the 2nd one. We do have pull off to 12, and we repeat again, hammer on from 12 to 15, and 15 pull off to 12. As soon as we do that, we go to 15 of the 3rd string, back to 12 of the 2nd string, and we again strike 12, hammer on to 15, pull off to 12, hammer on to 15, and pull off to 12. Let's go again. Let's go again. As soon as we finish the last 15, pull off to 12, we're gonna go to 15 of the 3rd, back to 12 of the the A, the 2nd string, and then we finish doing that, going on to the 3rd string and striking 15 and 12. You can do 15, pull off to 12, or 15 and 12. Right? That's your choice. Let's go again. Alright, so after we finish on the 12th of the 3rd string, we're going to do the following. We do something like that. So when we finish on the 12th, it's like we are going to the 13, and we do a vibrato motion. And as soon as we finish that motion, we do a pull off to the 12th. On the 3rd string, and then we're going to change strings, and we go to the 4th one, and we strike 14, pull off to 12. The main trick with this is that we need to be really fast. It has to be really fast, and we repeat the same motion 3 times. And the last time, which is going to be the fourth round, we go to the 14 of the third string, and we do a long bend, and the release. All right. So if you cannot play that fast, you can just simplify that. You can just do that, just the bends, and it's gonna sound just fine. And to finish, we do that. We go to the 15 of the first string, the D string, 15, then 17, and we finish on the 18 of the first one, and we just do a long bend. And then the next section, we're going to be doing the following. We do something like that. We go to the the A string and the the F string, but the second one and the third one. On the fifth position, we strike both at the same time, and we do a tiny bend. All right, I'm just pulling down. Next, go to the fourth string and do 7, 5, 7. Next motion, we do that. We go start on the lower D string. On the 8th position, we strike 8, hammer on to 9, 9 pull off to 8 again, and then 8 pull off to 5. If you can use your pick, it's easier that way. If not, you can do it that way. And then it becomes easier. We do the same idea. On the 7th of the B string, we strike 7, hammer on to 8, 8 pull off back to 7, and 7 pull off to 5. Alright, and the next part of this, we go to the 6th position of the 3rd string, and we strike it and we do a tiny bend. The next part is going to be, we do that. We go to the 7th position of the 3rd string, we strike it twice, and we do the same motion. We strike, we kill the note, there's no release, I'm not doing that, I'm just doing the bend, kill the note, and then just repeat the same motion. And we go to 5 of the 3rd string, and we just do a tiny bend. The next part we're going to use tapping. It's going to be something like that with not a lot of distortion. I'm not using a lot of distortion because it's going to annoy you. It's going to sound better with a lot of distortion. It's going to be easier to do. So basically, when we finish on the 5th position of the 3rd string, with this hand, we're going to tap on the 2nd position of the 3rd. We just tap it, do a slide, and when we are mainly on this position, we just, when you're doing the tapping, maybe past half of it, we are ready with this hand, and we're going to hammer on the 2nd fret again, and we do a slide again. As soon as we are doing the slide, we are finishing with this slide, we go again with the tapping hand, and we do the same idea. Tap on the 2nd one, slide, and with this hand we just go back again, and we finish hammering on the 2nd fret, and we slide, and we go to the 14th position. Everything is going to be on the 3rd string, all right? Everything is on the 3rd. It's going to be the F. So after the 5th, we tap, slide, tap, slide, tap, slide, and then hammer, and we finish on the 14. And then the next section comes in. Alright guys, so to finish with the solo, we do that. So we start on the 8th position of the 3rd string, and we slide towards the 9th position, and we go to the 10th of the 2nd string. As soon as we do that, we strike 9 again, and we go back to the 8th position, and we strike 10 again. And it's always the same idea. Alright? We repeat it again. And the last time we do it, we slide from 8 to 9, and then we do that. We slide 9, 10 on the second one, 9 on the third, 10 on the second, 9 on the third, and to finish we go to the 10th again, and we do that, we do a long bend. And to finish, we start doing that. We start from the 5th position of the 2nd string, we slide to the 9th position, and then we do 10 of the lower E string. All right. Then we go again 9 and slide to 12, and this time we're gonna go to the 13 of the D string. Now 12 again, we slide to 15, strike 16. 15 again, go to 18 and strike 19. And 9, and now to finish, 18, go to the 21st and then strike the 22nd. All right. And then we to finish we do 21 again, and we go to 22nd again, 21 again, and to finish for the last time, for the third time on 22nd we do a bend. So let's do the whole lick. Now when we do the bend, when we are on the higher part of the bend, with this finger we're gonna grab the 2nd string, and then when we are grabbing the 2nd string, we strike the 1st and the 2nd at the same time, and we do the release. And then we finish with the solo. Okay, so after the solo, we're gonna review the last part of the song. We're gonna change something. We're gonna repeat a lot of the same sections, and then at the end we're gonna do something different. So after the solo, we repeat what we did before. We do that, it's just one round. The only difference, if you listen to the original track, he does this slide to the 9th position, and on the second one, instead of going to 16 and go back, he go to the 15. He's doing a kind of a bend. To follow up, we just repeat the same section that before, and we're gonna have 4 rounds. The first round, we repeat. Alright, so we do that on the first round, we repeat it on the second round, we repeat again on the third round, and on the fourth one, we start the same way. And we repeat this again, just like we did before with the previous sections. And as soon as we end with this position, we're gonna end the song, and we're gonna do. We do that. So it's pretty simple. You need to use palm muting. We strike the lower, the top D string 3 times, and to finish, we go to first of the 6th and the 3rd of the G string, which is the 5th. And as soon as we do that, we change chord and we go to this one. It's going to be open D and 2nd fret of the G. And we just repeat that section, repeat that movement many times until the song ends. Alright, and that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and catch you on the next one.